Last week, Governor Ron DeSantis and Attorney General Ashley Moody making headlines announcing that the state of Florida would be conducting a parallel investigation into the assassination attempt on the former president.
But as CBS 12's Victoria Cardenas discovered, when a federal grand jury indicted Ryan Routh for attempted assassination, it may have triggered a rule that will block the state's attempt.
Well, the reasons Governor DeSantis gave for starting an FDLE investigation were pretty straightforward. He wanted to guarantee transparency and ensure Routh was held accountable for more than a couple of gun charges. But he is also concerned the same Justice Department and FBI that are trying to put Trump in jail might not be the best agencies to investigate his attempted murder. Now it looks like he spoke too soon.
In my judgment, it's not in the best interest of our state or our nation to have the same federal agencies that are seeking to prosecute Donald Trump leading this investigation, especially when the most serious, straightforward offense constitutes a violation of state law, but not federal law.
That was Governor DeSantis at a West Palm Beach press conference just days after shots were fired by a Secret Service agent protecting former President Trump at the Trump International Golf Club. But now we are learning there are some very specific rules for what happens when there is an attempted assassination of a political figure, including clear language about who runs the show. If federal investigative or prosecutive jurisdiction is asserted for a violation of this section, such assertion shall suspend the exercise of jurisdiction by a state or local authority under any applicable state or local law until federal action is terminated. So now that suspect Ryan Routh is facing 5 federal charges, including the attempted assassination of the Republican nominee for president, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement and statewide prosecutor's office are out of the picture until the feds' work is complete. A legal reality Governor DeSantis, a former Navy lawyer, was apparently unaware of when he spoke to Fox News last week.
No, they're not being cooperative. Yes, I am concerned. I mean, for example, we were rebuffed. Our investigators were rebuffed just going to the fence line outside of Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach. And so I think they've taken the position, they don't want the state of Florida to be involved in this.
And given that the latest charges against suspect Ryan Routh, approved by the grand jury, could get him life in prison, a state investigation may not be necessary. And while a former federal prosecutor told me that the FBI or the DOJ might choose to share information with state investigators, that same federal statute also gives them every right to tell the state to take a hike. Back to you.